Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going through the next part of Art Quest. So if you were with me last time, then we created our characters, our avatars for the actual game itself. So now we're actually moving on to the first mission, and as you can see here, we've got that page up in front of us. So main quest 1, as you can see, it says paint. I'll draw something from imagination for 15 experience points, people. 15. So we're going to go ahead and crack on with that today. So if I press play, we can get this bad boy going. If I could find the play button, it would help. So I'm just going to press play, and this should hopefully start playing through. But essentially, today's mission, like I've just said, draw or paint something from imagination. That's the avatar, by the way. That's me as a kind of Viking character with a much smaller belly. So basically, the first mission being drawn from imagination. I thought this is a perfect opportunity to try and show people that are asking me the question all the time of how do you improve your art. So basically in this video now, this was a live stream on TikTok. It took about 2.5 hours to complete in between all the waffling, as I'm well known for. But 2.5 hours to do this picture. I then want to take the next mission. So draw or paint something from reference and try and take it a step further. And we are playing through, but again, I must have been waffling at this point, so so maybe I'll just move it forward slightly so we can see what's going on. So hopefully now there we go. So that is me starting to come up with some sketches. I am just piecing some shapes together to try and create something that I feel works, something that might look kind of cool, and this is basically what I'm starting to play around with. In the first video, I did kind of go over the brushes that I use and how I would approach it, and as you can see here, we're kind of going for this silhouette kind of feel. I don't think I've actually speed lapsed this, so I'm probably going to actually click through it to make it a bit faster, because otherwise you'll be bored to death. But yeah, as you can see, we've started to develop some sort of character. Now, I think at this point on the live, a few people were in chatting away, and Sketchy Ugly Art, who has actually had his artwork up in the previous video, was talking about a Ghost Rider that he done. So spoiler alert. And basically, he's done this Ghost Rider, and it looks really cool. And if you haven't seen it and you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok, go check it out. As well as all the other guys that are showing their artwork. They're all on TikTok. They're all doing their art, and they've got some really cool stuff. So go check it out. But anyway, he came on the chat and he was talking about this this piece, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I haven't really done a Ghost Rider before, so let's go crazy. So this is me now taking this kind of concept to another level, bringing it to the Ghost Rider. So as you can see, and it's going really slow. This is like real time, and this is me drawing and chatting away. So you're probably thinking, "Oh my god!" But yeah, that's why you can see it took me 2.5 hours. But I'm just gonna we're speed up a little bit, and you can see that as we're going through, and I've even used some a brush that's actually shaped like a chain that we've produced there in that picture, just to get a kind of feel. And I sort of ran with those chains, and and just played with it a little bit later on. But as you can see, we are now actually developing some sort of sketch of Ghost Rider. Hopefully you can start to see that now. And you know, it's me just toying around, and what I'm doing here is I'm uh, I'm carving out shapes essentially. I've created a basic silhouette, and then I've started carving out shapes. And I'm using an eraser and a chalk brush. So the eraser is marked as a chalk brush as well. So I'm able to produce these kind of effects and make lines and make shapes that I kind of like, and then I can play on them, I can add to them, I can remove it, and it's almost like a bit of clay where you carve away and produce something that you want. And as you can see there, some stuff just doesn't quite sit right, so it being digital, I can get the lasso tool out and just move it and make the adjustments, and then we get to a point where we're kind of happy with the sketch. So just pause there. We've got the sketch layer. Again, I wanted to get this picture done over one live stream on TikTok. So like I said, the whole process was about 2.5 hours. So I needed to like kind of just call it a day with the sketch. I could spend hours and hours and hours just trying to improve on it and take it to another level. But I thought, right, we'll keep it nice and simple. So we've got this, and now we're just going to literally put the ink over the top. So on another layer, we're chucking the ink down, and we're pretty much just tracing the lines, getting the lines that we want. Maybe, you know, we tweak it a bit here and there to get something that we might see looks better. But essentially, we're just getting to that point where we have a solid black line, and we're chucking a base color in underneath. So what I've done is I've then created a solid color underneath, and I will use that solid color as a kind of mask and color over the top of it, so I'm not going outside of the ink lines. And as we start to move further, we can see it's Ghost Rider. We're generally thinking black and white, dark leathers, and a white kind of skull. And I think that is plenty. Yeah, so you can see slowly we're starting to add some shading into it just to try and develop it further. So again, because it's over the stream, wanted to get it done quite quickly. It's quite simplistic, but you can see where I'm going with it. So if we fast forward a bit, we can see we're starting to add some color in, some flames to really bring it to life a bit, and then I'm just smudging the flames around just to get an effect and see what works. Once we get to a certain point, I'm adding a glow because skull, the fire, we want to see some sort of glow, and then a nice black background to hopefully make it pop. And then we're just putting some highlights in to bring it to a point where we're happy. So this is, well, I say the finished product. I actually did go in and just tidy it up a little bit afterwards, and just add a few more highlights. But this is essentially what we made over the stream. It was a lot of fun to do, but this was purely from imagination. So there was no reference. It's just what I pictured in my head a skull would look like, what I pictured in my head a leather jacket might look like. Kind of cheated with the chains because I made a chain brush, and it was quite simple to just literally put a stroke in there on the screen, and it creates a brush. It creates a chain just like that. But yeah, this is basically the finished product because it's from my imagination. It's one of those where I've seen leather jackets before, I've seen chains before, I've seen skulls before, and this is what my imagination pictures them to look like. So in the next video, what I'm then going to do is take it to another level where I'm going to look at loads of references, and we're going to do Ghost Rider again, but I'm going to show you, going from one picture to the next, how I can make a completely different and hopefully much better picture just by using the references available to me. So when you think of drawing from reference, a lot of people will probably think, literally looking at something and copying it exactly. But what I've done with this one, I've taken loads of different references and combined it into another picture, and you'll see that in the next video. Now you'll see some of the artwork that some of the guys have uploaded to me, and hopefully we'll see even more in the next video. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one for the next part of the mission for another 15 experience points. And thanks for joining me, guys. Have a good day and geek out.